Pet name, okay? Call him pet name. What name did his parents give to him? I beg go, pet name or no pet name. I call him by his name. That's the name that people know him with. It shock you? Are you among those men that only calls their wife by a sweet name? Oyoyo, Omalecha, Pino Pinonwa, just because you are in need of nkozo? Madam, you are the type of woman that calls your husband by Bobom, Bibim, just because you are in need of cash to do that shopping, to buy that clothes, to buy that jewelry. Why do spouses call themselves by their names and not an endearment? When do you call your husband or your wife by a pet name? Is it part of you or is it conditional? I'm interested in this topic. Let's get engaged in the comment section. Welcome to my channel, beautiful people. This is nkegod. Please don't watch and go. If you're a new person watching this, click that subscribe button. You're welcome. Let's go into it. I cannot explain the reason why some women would call their husbands by their name. Augustine, Philip, Joel, Jude, and all of that. Where is the endearment? I mean, whatever happened to dear, my love, sweetheart? Or even if you want to call him by that, his name, at least you should you understand? See, in this video, I'm going to be speaking a lot of my dialect. I wouldn't be speaking the general Igbo, as in my conk dialect. Otamnishi. You know, me as a person, I consider it as being so ancient. In this 24th century, I don't actually know what those women think of. I don't just know. Please, engage me in the comment section. If you are calling your husband by his name, or you are calling him by a pet name. For me, I prefer pet name. I can't imagine my husband calling me by my name. The only time I call my husband by his name is when two things happen. One, is that I'm trying to tease him. Two, that I'm very, very angry. So I have to call him by his name to let him know that this thing is so serious. Guys, you know, this PHCN just sees their light. So I'm sweating. Pardon me. That is the only two reasons why I will call my husband by his name. I mean, I don't know the reason I will go out and I will see other men, some married, some unmarried, and I will be ascribing sir to them. Or some of my male friends, I'll be talking to them. I'll say, dear, help me with that. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. You know, all those funny things. But it's a difficult thing for me to do in the house. Excuse me. Growing up, guys, I have a lot of growing up things. So, as my vlogs continue coming up, I mean, as I continue putting up content here, you'll be hearing me mentioning a lot of growing up. Yes, growing up. I grew up. I'm a child that I'm a kind of person that grew up with my parents. I didn't leave the house up until I gained admission. That was the very first time I left them. And after that, I came back and I got a job and they offered me a place to stay. So growing up, I have not had my father call my mom by her name. But I have always heard him call Mama this, Mama that, Mama that. Likewise, my mom, she will call him Papa this, Papa that. And I wasn't really cool with it. I was like, oh, this is so, you know. I said if I get married, I wasn't going to call my husband by his name because I don't consider it to be cool. Well, everybody have a reason why they do one or two things, I will always say. But to this one, because some of these women, in that house, they call their husband with the name, boah, like that. But when they get outside, under their boss, in the church, their pastor, sometimes those pastors are not even up to the age of their husbands. Yet they ascribe to them as sir. Sometimes those their male friends are not even up to their husband. They call them their sweetheart and all of that. I mean, my own grandparents, I grew up to meet my grandparents. Luckily enough, from my maternal and the paternal side. Do you know my grandfather never called me by my name? Nkechi in full. My grandfather never called me by my name. Even my grandmother, as in from my paternal side now. Nenam, nannem. My grandfather, that's my paternal grandfather, calls me his in-law, Ogumwai. Whereas my grandmother calls me Nim. And her daughters also calls me Nim or Nene. You know, Igbos believe in this reincarnation something. And I wasn't really cool with it. I try as much as possible to change it, but that's just their way. So just imagine, if my grandparents couldn't call me by my own name, and I'm the child to their own child. The same thing applicable to all of my siblings. Then why will I open my mouth and call my husband by calling him Bah? You know, some people, they even call it without respect. For instance, if the husband's name is Augustine, for instance, and you call him Austin there is a different ballgame. And not Augustine. Hey, Chineke, I don't know. Maybe it's me. I don't know how any other person feels about it, but I don't feel it's cool. My own mother calls me with a pet name also. Do you know my English name? I so much cherish it that there is this kind of a thing, as in, it's only people that schooled with me from my primary school days to the higher institution level that I allow to call me by my English name, Stella. So when my father or when my mom, yes, or my siblings want to make it pettish, they call me Mama Stay. I feel so tender and very girlish, you know. One of my auntie stopped my siblings from calling me by my direct name. Ever since then, every one of them calls me according to what suits them. Auntie, big sis, Adande, like that. And I always feel so cool hearing all of those. And I can't imagine myself getting married and my husband will be calling me by Stella, Nkechi. I wouldn't see it as being endeared to him. Excuse me, think people that are so dear to you, there is a way you treat them, just the way you treat your pets in the house. Hey, such kind of persons have animals, they treat them very, very well in the house. But their husbands and their wives, they just call them anyhow. There was a time, guys, I called my dad over the phone. And I was thinking he was talking to another person. I was hearing, nwa, 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 ororo nwa, nkeki ibe. You know, my Igbo people will relate. I was taken aback because my father never does. What you hear him say, that is when he's in a good mood. But if he's a harsh mood, you hear, Nkechi. Then you will know that, you know. But for me to call my father, and I was hearing, hello, ororo nwa, nkeki ibe. When he was there, I was like, hello. He said, eh? I said, I'm not hearing you. Am I the one you are calling all this? He said, of course, you don't know. You are my ororongwa. You are my head began to spin. My father is a very hard man. Omo. He doesn't. And I was like, ooh. What is it? My male friends, I have some male friends that I also gave them endearment. They may not know, but to me, I feel that if we are friends, I should be able to cherish you. Some of them, I saved their name with that endearment. I have a friend called Osita. His name is also Chinedu. But I stored his contact with OC, and even if I'm talking to him, I call him OC. I don't call him Osita. Because to me, I feel like it's harsh, it's disrespectful. The other one is Chinedu. I don't call him Chinedu, except of course if I'm angry. I call him Nedu. And I save the contact with Nedum. Do you understand? Those are friends. Then in my husband's house now, I'll be calling him with James, Jimmy, like that. Guys, I don't know, please, oh. I said, I feel somehow, I feel irritated. Please, 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 let me know in the comment section. Why do you call your husband by his name? Is it that it's too heavy for you, or you can't find a pet name for him, or you can't find a pet name for your wife? I don't know. I don't just get it. How do your children see you guys? And your children will call you mommy, will call you daddy. And you call their, you call their mother by her name. The mother call you by your name. But when you guys go outside, you call other people by a pet name. To me, I don't feel it's cool at all. I don't feel it's cool. I don't feel there's any endearment. I feel it's ancient. Even is it ancient? It's not ancient. I feel it's out of place. Because even in the Bible days, or in the time of our fathers, they call their husbands Nai. That's an endearment. Sarah called her husband Lord. Why didn't she call him Abraham? Even up to the time she delivered Isaac, she was still calling him Lord. So what is so difficult? Honestly, my advice is, whatever the reason is, I think you should, if you decide to just continue calling him by that his name, excuse me, imagine me going out with my husband and meeting a friend, a long-time friend or a schoolmate, and I will say, hi, Abel, how now? Ah, long time, my dear. Now why you don't tell? Did you see? Hey, meet Jimmy. And I will have to introduce Jimmy, meet Abel. Abel, Jimmy, my husband. Does it make sense? How about, Abel, it's been a long time, oh. Sorry, meet Abel. And in turn, Abel will say, wow, that's your husband. I mean, he got it because of the endearment. But me calling him by his name, calling this one by his name, I'll have to introduce. Guy, now my husband. I don't feel it's cool. If my own parents can, you know, in a pettish way, I mean, it's something so sweet. That's a different ballgame. Now, this video, I never wanted it to be so long. So, please, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? If you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you waiting for? What do you go gain? Just please help me. Just give it a thumbs up. Press that subscription button. And that is all. No charges. Just come in here. And my hands are wide open to receive you as my family. God bless you. I'll see you in my next, as I will also go through your comments. Let me know in that comment section, what do you call your husband? Boyfriend can call his girlfriend with a pet name. These ones are not married. A girlfriend calls her boyfriend with a pet name. They are not yet married. And they are not even sure they are going to get married. Why will you, that you are already married, not call your husband by a pet name? You'll be calling him that wah name. By the time children come, you say papa this, papa that. Remember that those children will grow up and they will fly. The Bible says, just like arrow in the hands of the giant, you know, drag it and let them go. and the two of you will remain. You started life together and you are going to end it. So think about it. Make that name very endearing to him and he will love it. She will love it. You, both of you will be glad you did. Mwah.